Capricorn rage. You don't want to see it. It'll scare you if you're not familiar with it. And we're not talking about mild irritation or frustration here. This is rage. And it only comes after a long, extended period of putting up with someone's bullshit. Once a Capricorn hits that level of rage, you're done. There's no coming back from it. And Capricorns don't express rage like most people. If we really trust someone, we might vent, let it all out, but very few people ever witness the full extent of it. Maybe one person. I talk a lot about emotional control on social media and on my podcast, the Thought SNOB Podcast, and my book. If you need help with controlling emotions, get a copy of my book, Thought SNOB. It's available in TikTok Shop. All of my stuff is in my link tree. And now after Capricorns vent and process, we get quiet, eerily quiet. You won't hear from a healed Capricorn. Like, our silence isn't the silent treatment, and it's not a punishment. It's just silence, dead silence, because we have nothing left to say to you. I mean, the thought of seeing you, being around you, or talking to you, it's not an option. Capricorns put the D, the O, the N, and the E in done. So why do Capricorns handle emotions differently? This is interesting. Capricorns are innately wired with emotional intelligence. People often call us old souls, okay? And that's accurate. Even the Capricorns who still need inner work have this deep wisdom about them. Now, many of us grew up in environments where we were forced to act like adults when we were still kids. It's not uncommon for a Capricorn to have had a immature, traumatized, or even narcissistic parent or parents. We had to step up way before we were ready, and while we did it well, we paid for it emotionally later in life. Elvis Presley did this with his parents. Elvis's father went to jail when Elvis was 3, and that left Elvis and his mother Gladys alone. And if you know anything about Elvis, you may be aware that he felt responsible for his mother. He had to start working way too early in life. So he's a prime example of what I'm talking about here. Look into it if you don't know the story. Now, because of this, Capricorns have incredible emotional control. We're not dramatic. We're not petty. When we go silent, we mean it. And when we say we're done with you, we mean that too. And we may not tell you we're done. You may just get the look. Have you ever heard the saying, if looks could kill? Yeah, Capricorns have that look. If you provoke our rage, you'll see it. And if that look could speak, it would say, I see you, you cellophane, and I'm karma. I know who you are. I know what you are. And I'm not impressed. The person on the receiving end of that look can feel it in their bones. They don't need us to yell or scream. They're too busy looking for a hole to crawl into. Now, our energy is far more powerful than any punch someone could throw. We don't need to say one word. You'll just know, like done. Don't mistake our kindness for weakness. This is where a lot of this rage comes from. Capricorns are generally good people. We respect others, we respect boundaries, and we don't go looking for trouble. But if you bring drama into our lives, we'll cut you off in a heartbeat. We won't let you by with it. If you're just an acquaintance, you won't get a second chance. We'll flip the switch on you, never think about you again, and move on with our lives like you never existed. Capricorns, you know this. And if you haven't heard about the Capricorn switch, check out my videos about it in my Capricorn playlist. But if you're close to us, if we've built years of history, you might get a few passes. Don't take that loyalty for granted. A loyal Capricorn will give and give, but once we see that you're lowering the quality of our lives, we'll walk away no matter who you are. Capricorn rage isn't petty, it's just final. Like when we get to this place, it's not about punishing you, it's about preserving ourselves. If you make the mistake of pushing past our boundaries once we've gone quiet, you'll regret it. Depending on your emotional strength, you might walk away from the encounter like questioning your entire existence. And honestly, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but here's what I do know. Most Capricorns don't mess with anyone. I understand there are exceptions to the rule. I freaking get that. But for the most part, we don't cause the problems. We live and let live. And all we ask for is that respect to be returned. If you can't do that, you're done.